Whew, things are about to get a little bit spicy, baby. So it is time for another episode of What Stupid Shit Did James Gunn Say Today, as the man continues to prove that he was the wrong choice to run that of DC. I'm going to tell you exactly why moving forward. James Gunn needs to drop all writing responsibilities and also any directorial appointments. Now, look, before I get started, do your boy 3 major favors. I'm trying to get to that big number of 100,000 subs, so I'll be highly appreciative. You will help me cross over that threshold by hitting that subscribe button. Then, after you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that notification bell because YouTube absolutely sucks at notifying subscribers that content creators have uploaded videos to their platform. Hitting that notification bell certainly helps. And don't forget to hit that like button to help me out with that algorithm, baby. Now let's get into today's video. Alright, what has occurred? David Corn Sweat, Rachel Brosnahan, and Mr. Jimmy Gunn had a sit down with an interviewer. And some questions was asked. And amongst those questions was, do you guys know Clark Kent's middle name? And I was baffled at the response because 3 people involved in a Superman film seem to not be able to answer this question. You want to hear it? Here it goes.
What is Superman's middle name?
Danger.
Justin.
Justin. W.
Is it?
I gave that one to you because I didn't want to have to answer it. Does Clark Kent have a middle name? I'm embarrassed that I don't know. He does?
He does.
What is
What's
it?
his middle name? It's Joseph. It was so close.
Joseph. His middle name, Clark Kent. Oh, what you just asked that? Clark Joseph Kent is his middle name.
I was trying to take the win for the edit.
Yeah.
Let me start with David Corn Sweat. Clark Danger Kent. Where the hell did you pull that one from? David, Danger? You really went that route? Danger? Rachel, Justin. Yeah, it is a name with a J, but it ain't Joseph. Okay. Mr. James Gunn. First you said W. Then you acknowledged that you were embarrassed because you did not know Clark Kent's middle name. It seems to me that someone did not do their research. It seems to me that someone saw Superman as a shiny new toy and just decided to play with him and not get to know him. You want to hear when someone understands the assignment? Check this out.
Horace. Clark. Joseph. Kent.
Now that was some homework for your ass, huh? So all of the taking these pictures, showing you guys, you 3, that is David, Jimmy, and Rachel, reading Action Comics #1 was all fake. So you really didn't read comic books. But if you knew the character already, you should already know the answer. If you're familiar with Superman, you should already know the answer. Yeah, I expect someone that is new to being a fan of Superman not to know that, but when somebody claims to have been a Superman fan for the last 40 or 50 years, you would think that they should be able to answer this question easily. And I'm not saying that this is for every comic book character, but when it comes to the big 3 of DC, these are questions that you should be able to answer. Let me guess. This man probably thinks that Barry Allen's name is actually Barry Allen. He has no clue that the Flash real name is Bartholomew Henry Allen. And he probably doesn't know that Bruce Wayne's middle name is Thomas. Wonder Woman does not have a middle name. But my point is this. How is it that you're in charge of DC, but you don't know DC? No wonder why your Superman film doesn't feel like a Superman film. No wonder why your character development regarding all of your DC involvement projects, they doesn't feel like they should. Creature Commandos, the Suicide Squad, none of that feels the way that it should feel under that of James Gunn. And it's all because this guy doesn't know the characters. Yeah, he's familiar with them, but he damn sure did not grow up reading DC comics or even Marvel comics for that matter. He's the typical director. Never was a comic book fan. He's just found a niche that works for him, not in a 100% positive way, but works for him to see that of success. And he just stuck with it. He just stuck with it. He knows that he can satisfy the small minded. He knows that. That's why he sticks to this genre. What director would rather direct uh, a whole genre or the same type of movies his whole entire career? No one. That lacks creativity. Nobody wants to stick with the same genre all the time. Look at Christopher Nolan. That man would give you a World War II or World War I film, turn right around and give you Interstellar. Mm-hmm. Give you Oppenheimer. Now he's giving you the Odyssey. Versatile, baby. That is not what you're getting from James Gunn. He's a one-trick pony. One trick. This is a shame. I would think that someone who claims to have the knowledge of comic books as he does would be able to know this answer. And the sad part about it, did you hear him? He was hoping that Rachel Brosnahan answered the damn question for him. Get the hell out of here. Get the... I hope you was there to pick that up. And you notice David Cornsweet got quiet. He got quiet. He was like, look, he came out with that danger, and that was the only thing he said. Because he had no fucking clue as to what he was going to say next. So instead of embarrassing himself, he just shut up. He just shut up. Man, this is tragic. This is absolutely tragic. We got DC still in the gutter and a clueless director. Someone who claims to know more than what he perceives to everyone. But in reality, we see right through him. This man is translucent, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. The Emperor has no clothes. James Gunn needs to get as far as away from DC as possible. Because what is going to happen? He's going to continue to give you product without doing the proper research, and you're going to find out that all he has done was put on a facade this whole goddamn time. I'm your bro. Hopefully you have watched this video all the way to the end up your bro out that algorithm. And if you're not subscribed, please be sure to do so. Trying to reach that big number of 100,000 subs. So I'll be highly appreciative. You will help me cross over that threshold by hitting that subscribe button. Then after you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that notification bell. Because YouTube absolutely sucks at notifying subscribers that content creators has uploaded videos to that platform. Hitting that notification bell certainly helps. And don't forget to hit that like button to help me out with that algorithm, baby. But in the comments below, let me know, what do you think of James Gunn not knowing Clark Kent's middle name? And also, tell me what you think about Superman wearing a terror symbol on his chest. That's right, baby. Remember, Jor-El is still evil. And always remember, let's love on Tom Roulette. That means let the good times roll. But let me know in the comments below.